Hello everyone, welcome back to my show. Change your perspective, change for the better. Today I am gonna talk with our guest. May you introduce yourself for
Yeah,
us?
yeah, sure. Hello, I'm Lisa. I'm Lisa from Holland. I'm 26 years old, and today I'm gonna talk on M's show. So, what do you got for me, M?
Wow. And first of all, I just very glad to be here with you and
Mm-hmm.
thanks being in my show today.
Anytime.
Yes, okay. And for today, I just want to know about. First, I want to know about what do you do for living, or what are you study or are you working now?
Currently, I am doing my internship in Chiang Mai, and I'm doing an internship as a graphic designer. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice to hear. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
And what do you like? Like how is it come for your like you became a designer or something? Do you like or is this your hobby or before like since long times
Um,
ago or what?
Yeah, I was always a creative person, but I was never very much like busy too much on the computer. But it all started after I graduated my School of Performing Arts. I thought I probably cannot get a good job as an actor if I like look at my life afterwards. Um, because I want to have the sustainability for myself. So I switched to something else that's also creative but a little bit more sustainable for my future. So that's why I choose to be a graphic designer about 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So do you think that is useful for your life or for your future for your career or something? Do you think this is for the right answer? Is the right answer or
Um,
not?
you mean like if I'm going in the right direction for my future or something?
Yeah, yeah. All I mean is like you're you you're doing graphic design or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about your future? Like, is this your answer or like you can do like better for your graphic design or something?
I think it is quite difficult to make a business for yourself if you are a graphic designer. But I basically made the change from being from the School of Performing Arts to being a graphic designer because I believe it has a better future for me. For me, I think the whole area in being a graphic designer is kind of competitive because there's so many people who have knowledge about working on the computer, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, all those kind of programs. But currently, I'm trying to develop myself more in the 3D area, to creating 3D models. I'm looking at you can look at, for example, at 3D movies, Disney movies, 3D movies, and yeah, I would love to learn more about that to have more expertise about that area. Yeah, I think that will develop me more as a designer because design is so wide. You can be a photographer, you can be an editor, you can make movies, you can basically do anything you want. But I kind of like found out this year in my internship that I want to get along with 3D business modeling. Yeah, so I think it has a good future.
Yeah, yeah, that's just good for you because you have been like good, not doing that thing because
Mm-hmm.
maybe you also like you
Mm-hmm.
also love what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay, that is nice to hear for for your for your hobby also for your idea.
Mm-hmm.
And so our show is about perspective,
Mm-hmm.
about the thinking. So I just want to ask you about some idea about your attitudes, your lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
like what you like to do in your days or what what you do, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
in your daily life or something.
In my
Yeah. Can
day,
you, yeah.
my daily life.
Yes, and what do you like? You like to read a book or you like to listen to music? Okay, I want to know. Can you tell us about this?
about my life, like my
Yeah,
life.
yeah, your life, your thoughts, your
Yeah, my thoughts. Okay, so that's kind of like a wide thing. Um, if I tell something about my life, it's so different because it depends on where I am.
yes,
If I'm here in Chiang Mai, my life is so different than when I'm in Holland. So the basically day-to-day thing that I'm doing is very different from each other. But if I would, for example, go to my country, um, basically I love to hang out with my friends, and the main thing that I really like to do is to dance.
to dance.
So basically, anytime I have like the energy or the drive to dance with my friends, and I that's really what I really like to do. And also the whole still like I'm like a creative, singing, dancing, but I left the acting part out because the whole acting thing is really not for me. Um, yeah, I like to try new things. I'm
New
very like
things.
adventurous person. I like to try out. Not that I'm gonna jump off an airplane or something. That's too
No.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a few weeks ago, like a few months ago, I've been to Bali, and I'd like to be like adventurous. So I hiked up a volcano. I basically live my life, try to be as good as I can be, especially for other people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that makes you a better human being yourself.
Yeah.
So that's
So
kind of like
yeah, yes. So what do you think? Like my channel is about Shen to fight better. You know, fight better. What do you mean to you? Like a better life or better in anything.
Mm,
So what
interesting. Yeah.
can you give me some like some words for that? You know?
If I think about change your perspective, change for the better, I think about my my personal behavior.
Yes.
I think I can. Um, I think you can always be a better person than
Better
you were
person.
yesterday.
Oh yes.
So
So,
yeah, I think maybe it's for me like start the day fresh. Try to think what you can do better this day, and try to be selfless and think more about others. But also not only when you talk about people, but also about my own personality. I think when I look at myself, the development I've made since I was 16 years old, I think I changed already for the better,
yes.
because not necessarily this intentionally, but I've changed for the better in a way that I can see the mistakes I've made before.
Mm.
And maybe at that age I didn't know that I was making mistakes because I thought I was right.
Yes.
But right now I can see, for example, if your parents say something to you or somebody says something to you, you could take that as you can feel offended by somebody telling you this, but maybe a few years later you can feel, oh, now I understand what the person said, or now I understand my parents why they think that way. So I think you never stop learning. I think you never stop changing your perspective of things. It's constantly changing. Yeah, I don't think you can have an opinion. If I compare my opinion when I was 16 years old, it's so different. And I look at myself like, not that it's a bad thing because you're only 16, but now that I'm 26, I sometimes laugh at the stuff I did before.
Yeah.
And now I look back at myself, I think like, yeah, I kind of like changed my perspective about many things.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I think maybe in 16 years I will think, oh, why do you think that way? You know, but you will get more wisdom and you understand people better, and also understanding yourself better. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for sharing for your attitudes, for your your experience, your
Yes.
thoughts, your perspective. So yeah, I'm happy that you share. You know. Yes, but I just want to ask you the last question. You know, because our program.
Almost finished.
Okay, finally, I want uh, this okay uh, share some idea for the people who are watching us, and for the weather, for the perfect state in their life, in our life. So so can you give some idea for us for the last minute.
Okay, that's kind of a difficult question, but I do maybe I can give you some of my idea of my wisdom or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. That's what I want.
When people are together, they always expect something from someone, you know. So I guess sometimes you have to be together in a way that you don't expect anything, and then you can always be surprised
Yes.
by anybody. Don't let any happiness depend on someone else. You are the only one who can make yourself happy.
Yes.
If you put your happiness into someone else's hands, you will never be happy because that person doesn't know what you need, what you really need.
So you mean that you every like person, everybody have to be their own self or something?
I think
They be like to be their own. That doesn't like care other too much something. What do you mean?
no. What I'm trying to say is that you are responsible for your own happiness.
Oh, yeah.
If you are in a miserable situation with people that don't care about you, you have to change something yourself.
Yes, yes.
You are responsible for your happiness. If you're not happy, then change something. I read one thing on an image once, and it said, "Are you happy? Yes and no." So you can have two options.
Yes.
If you said yes, then it said, "Don't change anything." If you say, "Are you happy?" No, then it said, "Change something."
Change something. Okay.
And if you maybe you're happy, then again and again you can choose in that way. So I guess in that way you are responsible for your own happiness. But if you want to be responsible for your own happiness, you also have to be honest with yourself. Is it really what is really causing this unhappiness? Is it really this person, or is it really like your family or whatever, your friends, or is it truly yourself because you have expectations from someone that they cannot live up to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is very good for your sharing. Okay. For to the people and to me, I'm very grateful for today and
Thank you
again.
so much
I hope you
for
enjoy
inviting
again.
me.
Yes,
Thank you, Florita.